14-year-old Abby Hernandez from the USA left school and disappeared without a trace. She was searched for by the police and the FBI, but they had no clues. 9 months later, this mysterious case suddenly unfolded by itself, shocking the whole of America. In this investigation, we reconstructed the chronology of events and told the story that even the most horrifying tragedies can have a happy ending. In 2013, Abby Hernandez was kidnapped at 14 after accepting a ride home from school due to her aching feet from wearing a new pair of boots. For 9 months, she was held captive inside a shed, being abused and sexually assaulted, but she never lost hope to escape. Very similar to the abduction of Lisa McVeigh, Abby was also released by her kidnapper, but not due to sympathy and manipulation, but due to other crimes he was about to get busted for, and maybe a bit of a moral compass. I also recommend watching the movie based on this case, called Girl in the Shed, which Abby herself helped produce. Abby attended Kennett High School, located in North Conway, New Hampshire. She walked to and from school every day, but October 9, 2013 was different. Abby had been wearing a new pair of boots that were really hurting her feet, and on the walk home she decided to hitchhike and ended up getting into a car owned by Nathaniel Kibbe, who was a local in the area. Shortly after getting Abby into the car, he pulled out a gun and threatened to kill her if she tried to scream or escape. He then proceeded to place handcuffs on her, put a shirt over her head, and broke her phone out of the fear of being tracked. He also carried a stun gun, which he used on her often, and also put a shock collar on her after getting her back to his home. Kibbe lived in a mobile home in Gorham, about 30 miles away from where Abby lived. She was locked inside of a storage shed located on his property, 3 days shy of her 15th birthday, where she'd spend the next 9 long months. Before bringing her inside the shed, he covered her eyes with tape, a shirt and a football helmet to conceal his identity. It was then when he'd sexually assault her for the first time, and would be repeatedly assaulted up until the day she was released. Abby stated that she was always being watched while inside the shed, as Kibbe had placed a security camera inside to make sure she didn't try escaping. He cut off all access to sunlight and fresh air, and even demanded that she call him her master. Abby's mother knew something was terribly wrong the moment she didn't return home on time and wasn't answering her phone calls. A missing persons report was made, and her disappearance was widely covered, and many people helped look for her. Kibbe was so cruel he allowed her to watch the news of her own disappearance, along with her mother begging for her safe return. Additionally, Kibbe forced Abby to write a letter home to her mother to try and stop their efforts of searching for her. In this letter, he wanted her to explain that she was perfectly safe and decided to run away, and everyone should stop looking for her. She also wrote that she loved and missed her mother, and that she can't return home, and apologize for leaving. She even wrote that she was staying strong. When her mother received this letter, she didn't believe it one bit. She had a gut feeling that she was forced to write this letter, and knew that Abby would never run away, as she loved her life there at home. The letter was given to authorities and confirmed that Abby's DNA was on the letter, but couldn't figure out where the letter came from. It was held for 1 month before it got released, which caused a public outrage. Many people were angry at Abby and her mother, stating that they wasted all their time and effort looking for Abby when she was seemingly never in danger. Throughout all of the horrifying ordeal, Abby really did stay strong, and she knew that if she wanted to survive, she had to be kind and sympathetic towards her abductor and gain his trust. She bonded with him a lot during this time, having many conversations, and he even allowed her to read books that she was passionate about. Eventually, she saw his face and learned his real name. After seeing it, written inside one of the notebooks he gave to her, part of the plan she had to gain his trust was always doing whatever he wanted her to do, never putting up a fight, and always reminding him that he could let her go at any point in time, and she would not go to the police. Leading up to Abby's release, Kibbe started up a counterfeit money operation and forced Abby into helping him. However, Kibbe made a big mistake by paying a sex worker with the fake money, and she found out and contacted police immediately and told Kibbe she was doing so. He began to panic and didn't want additional charges of kidnapping and sexual assault, so he agreed to let Abby go but threatened to kill her, her family, and her dogs if she ever went to the police and identified him. On the night of July 20th, 2014, Kibbe released Abby on an abandoned road, not too far from where she was kidnapped. After he drove away, Abby says that she inhaled the fresh air for the first time in 9 months, looked up at the sky and started to laugh and smile, as she couldn't believe that she was finally free. Abby knew her location and walked home, and video footage was recorded from the camera outside her front door of the moment she walked up those steps. 1 week after Abby returned home, Kibbe was arrested. He faced a total of 205 charges and initially pleaded not guilty to all of them. However, he later agreed to plead guilty to 7 felony charges, including felonious aggravated sexual assault, kidnapping, witness tampering, and criminal threatening. He was sentenced to 45 to 90 years in prison. 2 years after she returned home, she finally gave a victim impact statement at Kibbe's sentencing hearing. It seems like forever. 2 years have gone by, both fast and slow in different senses. But I often think about Kibbe, and what he did affects my life on a day-to-day basis. My name does not mean the same thing anymore that it did before October 9th. I'm attending school and I'm afraid to let anybody know what my last name is. Nobody knows what my last name is. I did not put you in prison. You put yourself in prison, so I can't carry that blame on my shoulders when it's simply not true that I put you in prison. When you decided to point that gun at me, that was not my choice. It was not my choice to go to your house. It was not my choice for you to rape me. It was not my choice for you to threaten me. You did all that yourself. There are certain aspects of my freedom that I can never get back. But in that same aspect, I want you to know that I appreciate my freedom because of you, and that I enjoy and appreciate life because of you. I never look at sunshine in the same way. I never think about fresh air in the same way. Abby currently lives in Maine with her son and maintains a career as a hairdresser. As the investigation unfolded, Abby's family, friends, and the entire nation held on to hope, praying for her safe return. And then 9 months later, a miracle happened. Abby emerged from the shadows safe and unharmed. Her reappearance left everyone astounded, but it also shed light on the power of resilience, hope, and unwavering determination. Abby's story reminds us that, even in the darkest of times, there can be a glimmer of hope. Let Abby's story be a beacon of light for those who are lost and a testament to the unyielding strength of the human spirit. If you found Abby's story as inspiring as we did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales of survival and resilience. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a like to spread Abby's story to others who may need to hear it. Together, let's celebrate the triumph of the human spirit and spread hope in every corner of the world. Thank you for watching.